Welcome to KCXW Showcase, coming to you from the Extreme Wrestling Center in Raytown, Missouri.
Today in action, we've got Tobias Storm and the Realist here in action.
That's no storm warning. The storm is here, folks.
I always forget, is it storm warning or storm watch that comes first?
Watch.
Right now we're watching a storm. Tobias Storm.
I can't tell my pops how deep I'm in it. Why they want it with me? I'm minding my business.
Not looking good for Jose out here.
And
Tobias Storm.
Tobias doing his best Nostradamus impression, making the big prediction that he can see the future, and it's not good for Jose.
And I don't think it's a prediction. I think it's a fact.
We'll see how right Tobias is.
Let's see if he's got that power game on display as usual. Tobias. I'm also impressed most of the time with Tobias being able to trash talk and wrestle at the same time.
Like I've said before, the guy loves to get a good jaw workout in before the match starts, and he usually continues it throughout the matchup.
He doesn't even need a breath.
KCXW,
Jose around like,
we're here to cut out the silly.
got the extremist high-tech.
Continue to enjoy your nonsense. The extremists will change your lives.
Folks, we're going to try and get our hijacked once again by the
All
there
right,
it is.
we're back in. Some technical difficulties. I apologize, folks.
Tobias
We couldn't see what was going on in this
Still in
match.
control of this matchup with a big butterfly backbreaker to Jose.
Double underhook backbreaker indeed. Is he?
And there's one elbow.
He's calling his shots.
We've got two elbows.
We all know what's coming up next.
And the spin, Tobias!
My God, I have both of you screaming in my ears now. And a kick out at Tobias.
That one usually gets them. I don't understand how Jose got out of that. It might have been the extra spin. We'll see.
What did you say he calls that maneuver?
That's two elbows and a spin around.
Okay, okay. Not devastating, but effective in a way. Fireman's
Tobias
carry here.
getting a few reps in here.
Got
One and two. Only two. He only needs 2 reps, folks.
And we've got a 3 count. I couldn't see half of that match thanks to the extremists. I don't really know what happened. All I know is Tobias pulls out a dominant victory.
I'm at a loss for words. I don't understand how they keep interrupting all these segments, how they keep throwing their weight around like this. It boggles my mind.
Yeah, I just don't understand it at all. I don't understand their attitude. These guys, what does it have to do with Tobias? Why are they interrupting Tobias?
I think they've just been so consumed with spite as of late that they are just acting out of pure malice. They don't care who gets in the way.
Dwayne's gonna get his butt kicked. Good job. Yep, yeah!
January 20th, 2024, KCXW Destiny at the Missouri National Guard Armory, 2323 South Chrysler Avenue in Independence, Missouri. we've got a tag team match with the main attraction, Blair Dior and James Moore versus the Marksman and the Big Clay Huno. Also, the KC Championship is on the line as the Big Dog takes on Hard Luck Hal Rogers. Buy your tickets now at the link in the description. XWC student Antonio, a giant out there.
Antonio really looking to impose himself physically in this matchup with the Realist. If he wants to come out with a victory, he's going to have to take control of this match from the get-go.
Stepping in there with a former champion. Multi-time champion at that.
Representing the main attractions, the Realist, Calvin Aldridge.
You just mentioned the accomplishments of the Realist. There is no questioning his bona fides. Now, you can question his tactics. You can question the wisdom of trying to take the shortcuts he has in his career, joining up with the other main attractions. But the fact of the matter is, he is one of the most talented wrestlers to ever come through the door here.
Now, this is what I'm talking about out here. The rest of the main attractions coming to ringside. This is just another challenge for Antonio. How is this allowed? How? Like, explain this to me, how this is allowed.
I think it's just a matter of the main attractions imposing their will, whether anyone likes it or not. And that has yielded dividends for them so far.
But this is just an unfair advantage for the Realist. He doesn't need it. He has proven time and time again he can win on his own. Now that he's got the main attractions with him, the man can be unstoppable.
You could argue the main attractions are there just to push Calvin. You could argue that Calvin is taking advantage of a couple of superstars looking to ride his coattails. But the fact of the matter is, the main attractions have been a success ever since they've gotten together.
I mean, obviously they've been successful, but this is what I'm talking about. It's an unfair advantage that Calvin Aldridge has. He does not need that.
We'll look to see how this advantage plays itself out.
And proven again, you know, the rest of the main attractions do not have managerial license. They should not be allowed to be ringside.
Well, I'll leave that to you to call the Athletic Commission on the main attractions.
Yeah, I'm not going to get in their way, obviously. Oh, Antonio!
Antonio not letting them get in his way either as he throws Calvin from pillar to post.
I'm still a little salty, honestly, about that last little interruption by the Realist taking over my commentary.
He took your job!
Obviously.
And Antonio looking to take the Realist job as one of the top competitors of KCXW.
Crowd chanting one more time. They just hoist him up with ease. Referee getting pulled over. And see, there we go again. The main attractions paying dividends for the Realist. Distracting.
No arguing with that, Sean Andrews. But look at the Realist coming off the top rope. There's no disputing the talent. And the big boot to the face.
The Realist is an accomplished wrestler, champion everywhere he goes.
Vicious stomps to the chest of Antonio.
Proving why he's a champ everywhere he goes. Just stomping away at Antonio, rolling him out of the way.
Antonio looking for some respite outside the ring and gets kicked in the chest. Oh, my God.
Blair Dior and James Moore stomping away at Antonio while the referee's not paying any attention.
Someone's got to do something about this.
What, was that El Diablo hitting the ring?
I believe El Diablo is out there. And
showing the referee what's happening. Got to call for a disqualification.
And the referee makes the right call there, finally.
El Diablo stepping up to the main attractions, pointing out the blatant disqualification.
And the main attractions have been a thorn in the side of El Diablo lately, so he's definitely suffered the effects of their interference.
You know, one thing I am noticing right now, is that the first time I've ever seen El Diablo wearing normal clothing, not from the future?
There's still thrift stores in the future. It could have been a vintage piece.
I really hope there are going to be thrift stores in the future. I love thrift stores.
And the main attraction's trying to get thrifty behind the referee's back, and they got caught red-handed thanks to El Diablo.
The Realist furious with his disqualification.
you've got to think this is going to affect his chances at getting that Metro title shot. So it finally came back to bite him.